to another DLC of the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with Ellie, Chris, and Guy. This is our casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer, and every week we do a listener contribution, a dedicated listener contribution episode, which is this one here. And Guy, you're leading this one today. What's going on?
A couple of things to talk about. I chucked this up in the Facebook group, Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers. Rapid reviews. So last week I finished 2 games that I've been playing for a while now. Split Fiction, I finished that last Wednesday, and then after that, it left such a huge hole in my heart, in my brain, because I'm so gutted that it's over. I went back to the game I was playing before Split Fiction, which was the Plucky Squire, and I finished that. So I finished 2 games last week.
Good on ya.
But I wanted to know from our listeners what games they finished and if they could just do a quick review. So, for example, I said The Plucky Squire, a simple and fun platformer game filled with puzzles to solve alongside a heartwarming story of friendship. Right?
I would almost say Plucky Squire is not simple. It's actually really clever.
It's simple. It's simple gameplay.
Gameplay, yeah, right.
The gameplay is very simple.
Because that's the one where you alternate between 2D and 3D.
Yeah, you're mostly 2D. The 3D doesn't come up as often. I'd say
okay.
it's like 75-25.
Okay.
But I enjoyed the 2D more.
Oh, okay.
Because of its simplicity.
Yeah, right.
And I love the puzzles and stuff like that.
Good story?
Yeah, cool story.
Yeah, right.
Nothing like no major plot twist. You don't get no characters dying or anything like
You
that.
don't have to murder an elephant?
No, you don't have to murder an elephant. So I wanted to know, and also Split Fiction, I didn't do a tiny review on. I could talk for hours about that game.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. If you get to play it, because that last level is so cool. When it finished, I held my wife's hand. I was like, man, it's over. And it was the same when we finished It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Because we were playing it together. We finished it together.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here are some reviews. Now, the thing is, it doesn't have to be a recent game. It doesn't have to be a game that's just come out. It could be a game from 2016. Just a game that you finished. Mark Avery has just finished Astrobot, Game of the Year winner. Fun, cute platformer with a small challenge to make it through some levels. Chris has done Sea of Stars on Switch, an RPG similar to that of Chrono Trigger.
Oh, I want to play Sea of Stars.
It's a classic-looking RPG with pixel art. The story is absolutely amazing. The music is great, and hours of fun.
Yes, I think that came out last year or the year before, and it is like a throwback to Japanese RPGs of about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But I like that some companies are taking these old style of games and just making them nowadays because it's way less work. But you can make the old style, but still injecting all the modern flavors and stuff into it. I really want to play a few of these games.
And it scratches that nostalgia itch for the people that played the originals as well.
Totally, yeah.
Cameron Holt says, Hades, an easy to pick up but hard to put down Greek mythos roguelike with amazing story, voice acting alongside excellent art style and gameplay. With countless ways to play, each playthrough is unique, offering endless hours of gameplay.
Hades, yeah, I've heard a lot about that. It's kind of like in terms of roguelikes, it's kind of like the #1 recommended game. Hades, yeah.
Jeff, Epic Mickey Remastered, good fun little Disney game
Epic
with choices.
Mickey.
Yeah, with
There's a
choices
throwback.
and a bit of adventure. Not too long, but good story, excellent graphics, even mixing old and new. Luke is playing Stellar Blade with a recent favourite of mine. Was a recent favourite of mine.
Stellar Blade,
wow. Yeah, came out last year. It's just the right balance of difficult for a pleb like me.
That's the one that because we got sent a few copies of it.
Yes.
And it's like the hot chick with the giant sword.
Yeah.
Who wears really tight
I
clothing.
did not think you were going to say sword.
And fights. What did you think I was going to say?
Titties.
Really? Really? God.
Well, that's what it was like. That's the biggest thing that people were talking about when the game came out.
No, sorry, that's not how I'm wired, guy. I'm just,
I love that. You still like that, Chris.
yeah.
Dirty dog. No, I thought it too.
yeah. And so, but like, I started playing it, and I think I've still got a copy of it. And to be honest, it's probably something like there's so many games to play nowadays, but I could see myself playing that game and probably enjoying it.
Yeah. Sean Vandermeer, Homeworld, Deserts of Karak, a perfect real-time strategy game, that has a stunning visuals, strategic depth, and gripping story. Epic cutscenes draw you in, giving characters depth and making you care and feel for them. Every unit mattered, was well-balanced, and the tense battles make it a perfect prequel to Homeworld, a 9 out of 10. I'd never heard of that game, but after seeing that, I went and had a look at it as well. It looks quite cool.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the one with the characters that have the massive titties.
Well then, I'm downloading it. Ethan is playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Daniel's playing Paper Mario.
Mario.
Yep. Polder is Mario Wonder. Paul Askew, Split Fiction.
Nice.
And Cameron says, I'm a serial non-completer, so I can't offer any reviews here.
Oh,
well, that's
my
you,
homie.
Guy.
And guys, homie.
Well, no, you're a non-starter.
Yeah, true.
I'm a starter.
You at least try start it, yeah.
You know how you put up that photo in the group like a couple of weeks ago about finally finished Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Because I've been off Facebook. Like I go on it once a week before we do the potty to check. I was like, is Guy running a secretly finishing Final Fantasy thing? Because I was stoked.
No, I posted on April Fool's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually stoked. I didn't like stupid April Fools, but I was like, oh my God, he's secretly been doing this and everyone knows about it except for me. This is really exciting.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Anyway, but thank you for your rapid reviews. If you do have any more, something that you finished recently, doesn't have to be a new game, then let us know. We'd love to do. So we'll do that every now and then.
All right. So one thing I'd like to know more about, Guy, is Split Fiction.
Yes.
I know. So how long roughly did it take you? Like not in terms of hours, but like how many weeks and how often were you playing it?
We played it, I think it was 2 weeks. We would play it most nights.
Oh, okay.
Not every night.
Yeah. For like an hour?
Yeah, an hour just before going to bed. But on like Fridays and Saturdays, we play for an hour and a half or something like that. It was so much fun. I love it's definitely a game made for gamers because there are so many little Easter eggs and nods to other video games.
Which is cool. I
Which
love
is
that
really
shit.
cool. But, I've seen a few articles about how many Easter eggs there are and references, and people comment to me like, so they've just taken other games' ideas? It's like,
I've noticed actually you get bogged down in people's comments a lot.
me?
Yes.
Do I?
Yeah, 100%. Like when people go, oh, we really got this before we got GTA. It's like, why are you reading the comments? Everyone's idiots.
Yeah,
It's
but
true.
That's true. That's true.
Who gives a shit?
No, it is a fantastic game. Not only is the different games, there's different game styles,
Right.
Side shooters,
Difficulty?
Difficulty. Look, you're going to die a lot, but it's not like a From Software game.
Yeah.
Ellie, you're going to die a lot, but it's
Yeah.
fun. It's quick. The pace of this game is so quick.
Okay, and so like, I feel like would you recommend, right? If there are people listening right now that maybe are in a couple or just a couple of mates or whatever that want to play Split Fiction but haven't played A Way Out or the other one, It Takes Two.
Takes Two.
Do you reckon you start with A Way Out and make your way there? Because I feel like is Split Fiction the best of the three?
Yes, I would start with It Takes Two, then do Split Fiction, and then do like A Way Out as like a little bit of a fun exercise.
But isn't A Way Out easily the worst of the three?
In terms of gameplay,
And
probably.
so going from the very best two to then the worst one.
Yeah, I suppose you could look at.
They're quite different though, eh?
Yeah, they are
Like,
different.
It Takes Two and Split Fiction, I feel like, are similar, right?
Yeah,
Vibes,
you're
but
right.
then A Way Out is just quite like
A Way Out is
linear
more about
almost.
problem solving and timing. It's
Yeah.
definitely a slower pace.
So it was them like figuring out the formula of what works and,
And
stuff.
also the storyline for A Way Out is a little bit deeper.
Yeah, I quite liked A Way Out, to be honest.
It's more of a drama.
Yeah.
There's no it's a drama. There's no comedy in the game. There's no.
And that's the one where you're both in prison
Yeah.
and you're looking for a way to escape prison, right?
Yeah.
And you do it together and then you're on the run together,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
So,
So you get to know the characters and their backstory and stuff like that.
so if you've not played any of them, you'd recommend you go It Takes Two first,
Yep.
then Split Fiction, and then A Way Out. What about you, Ellie?
I would probably say, either what Guy said, or I'd start with A Way Out, then do It Takes Two, then do Split Fiction. But I also haven't played Split Fiction,
Yeah.
so I'm coming in blind there.
Yeah.
But I reckon I attached almost more to the Way Out storyline than I did It Takes Two, probably because I spent
You spent
12
so
months.
long. Yeah.
I know I didn't really give my body a chance to attach, but I did really get through A Way Out quite quickly.
Yeah.
I actually did.
It's not a long game, no.
Yeah, and it was, I don't know, it hooked me quite a lot, that storyline.
It Takes Two. The storyline's not very dynamic. You don't care
Yeah.
about the characters at all, really, until towards the end because they
Okay.
are
Yeah.
they are deliberately unlikable.
They did suck. They argue a lot.
It's
and bicker.
parents who argue who don't want to be together, and the daughter's a bit of an idiot. So she is.
She's
She's like 8.
Yeah,
You should hear Guy talking to his daughter. He's
yeah. No, but Split Fiction is you love the characters and the gameplay's phenomenal.
I see.
That's
yeah.
actually a really important thing is I figured this out. Do you remember Game of Thrones finished and was terrible? And if you think anything otherwise, you're dumb. And they did House of Dragons.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch House of the Dragons? You
No,
wouldn't have,
I didn't
Ellie.
even watch Game of Thrones, so
So Game of Thrones was the best TV show in the world. Everyone everyone that was into like fantasy and stuff loved it. It was just took over the world.
Even if you weren't into fantasy,
Yeah, it got you into
once
it.
you watched it.
Yeah, and it was amazing, and it ended not that great in my opinion. And then House of the Dragons came out, and I was like, maybe it's a return to form. And maybe I watched like the first few episodes. I hated it, and I couldn't figure out why. Every character I hated.
Yeah.
I wasn't rooting for anyone. And I think that's a real important thing. Like in It Takes Two, for example, you kind of want someone to win, you know?
Yeah.
And that almost, and so when you're in it playing a way out, you want the guys to escape and, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, I think, get attached to characters, and that's what pulls me in the most, I think, with playing games. That's why I loved Life is Strange as well, because you got really attached to the character and it was role-playing, that's great.
Yeah. So that's a crucial part of
I think it must be.
gaming and movies and TV for me.
Back to your point, though, about House of Dragon, maybe our brains, when you're watching House of Dragon, you deliberately don't want to get attached to the characters because after watching Game of Thrones, that's like a rookie mistake because
They're all going to die.
they're all going to die. I really like this guy. He's got good. Shit, he's dead.
And he's dead. Yeah.
Rapid reviews. We're going to be doing it again. Now, this is something I saw on TikTok and I thought it was quite funny. So I screenshotted quite a few of these comments. So basically, somebody asked the question, what is the most unhinged obsession that you had with a video game and how did it change you? Like, what is it? Like, what game did you play and how far did the obsession go?
Oh, yeah.
Unhinged. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So here we go. Assassin's Creed 2. It's all I thought about. I even did my dissertation on Italian Renaissance because of it.
Cool.
I started assessing how climbable things were in real life.
That's
Funny.
actually, that's quite, because Assassin's Creed 2, Florence, where a lot of that game is set, I was like looking at a video of Florence in Italy and I was like, I know all these buildings because I climbed them. I climbed the face of like the Duomo Chapel or whatever the hell it's called in the middle of Florence and stuff. I 100% understand that. Yeah, that's funny.
My Sims addiction has been going hard since I was 5 to 6 years old. I've definitely put in well over 500,000 hours into that game. That seems like a yarn.
Yeah, wait, how many years is that?
Hey Siri, how many years is 500,000 hours? 57 years.
Okay, cool. So that's
they're exaggerating for comic effect.
Gotcha.
World of Warcraft, I basically know everything in the game and like 80% of the lore. Now that is impressive because World of Warcraft is massive.
Oh, wow.
True.
Okay.
Started playing WoW at 5 years old. I'm 20.
That's cool, man. Stick with it. I started playing Age of Empires at probably like 10 and I'm still jamming it.
Yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2, at the height of my obsession, I was skipping whole days of school and playing it all day long.
Oh.
I get that. But skipping school to play video. It depends though. What school is it? Because some people call school like college.
Yeah.
And some people call school like primary.
Uni,
like,
you mean?
Yeah,
yeah,
uni.
right.
Yeah.
Not for Red Dead, I wouldn't. Nah.
Red Dead Redemption 1, I played the whole thing in 3 days, but that's only because I rented it from Video Easy.
And you had to.
I had it for 3 days.
And you had to give it
and
back,
I was like 17 or 18 at the time. My mum was like, I was living at home. Mum was furious. But I was like, Mum, I've paid $9 for this game. I can't give it back uncompleted. The Last of Us, it's been 10 years since I first played the game. I was pregnant and due the same week. Part 2 was coming out. I told my family I would be bringing my PlayStation 4 to play it in labor.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So there's some dedication.
That's a good idea, actually. While you're sitting there and you're contracting and just distracting yourself, it's a good idea.
Ellie, I know you're a girl.
Yeah, I am.
But you've never had a child.
No, I haven't. Sounds awful.
You will not be able to play anything
No,
while in labour.
One hand, it's
No,
fine.
You don't play video games when you're not in labour.
That's a good point, guy.
So I don't think
that's a
you're
good point.
Yeah.
Yep, all right.
Power Wash Simulator. I'm not even kidding. When I say I used to dream about it, and even when I was out and about, I'd see a sign that was dirty, and I'd immediately think about power washing it.
Wow, is that like what you did with Farming Simulator? Did you start doing that?
No, I didn't think about it as I was driving past farms. But if I was recently at like a field days sort of event, like a farm
AMP show.
AMP show kind of thing, and I would look at farming equipment, and I knew what it was.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I was like,
baby.
oh, that's a fertilizer spreader.
He was like, oh, tractor.
Yeah. Meg said it. That's a cow. It's a cow over there. Stardew Valley became some sort of coping mechanism for me shortly after my mother died. 200 hours in 1 month.
Oh.
That's a sad one.
That was a way to. Okay.
I played Sims straight for 8 hours and developed bloodshot eyes.
Oh, jeepers.
Wow,
Yep.
Bloodshot Eyes from gaming. Have you ever had that?
No, I've never
heard of
heard
I
that.
haven't. No.
Blink, you idiot.
I've had bloodshot eyes, but like when they say developed, that makes it seem like as if it's not gone.
Yeah, because you got pink eye, eh?
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
farted on his pillow, Ellie.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic.
Got so addicted to Grand Theft Auto that I would cry at Trevor and Michael edits on TikTok.
That is.
So like somebody
That's
puts
a
together
huge
an
spoiler.
edit. Well, no, it's not a spoiler,
Isn't it?
No, just means that
Oh, now
they got
that's a
really likes
spoiler.
the characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dead by Daylight. When it gets quiet enough, I start hallucinating the chase music. Because Dead by Daylight's like a zombie game, so whenever you get chased, the music comes up. So imagine it when they're actually in real life. Stardew Valley, I would play for 16 hours a day on top of working and sleeping, and that went on for a month straight. I think I got 340 hours plus hours in 1 month.
Sorry, 16 hours plus work plus sleep.
Yeah.
The math don't math, does it?
Math doesn't math at all.
But it says I got to year 3 and would sleep with it paused on my laptop next to me in bed, so I'd wake up and immediately continue playing. People do that now with vaping.
That is, oh my God. That is an obsessive personality right there. Jeepers.
Animal Crossing, 8 to 9 hours a day for months on end, over 1,000 hours. Would bring it to work and check on the turnip market on my lunch break. That was definitely a thing.
I do have memories of waking up in the middle of the night to harvest strawberries from Farmville back in the day. If anyone remembers Farmville on Facebook, at the very beginning, they grew in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I actually set an alarm for that once.
Really?
That's super lame, man.
It's cool, man.
This one's funny. Fortnite, I would just sit there and stare at the wall when I couldn't play it and play it in my head.
I remember doing stuff like that when I was a kid. Like, I couldn't get Pokemon on Game Boy, and I would just picture myself playing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm at Mount Moon. Oh, there's a Clefairy. It was never as good.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and I could never save my games.
I would, with Fortnite, that was I did get obsessed with Fortnite at a stage where I would play it as much as possible at nighttime. But I would go to bed thinking about the games that I just played and how I would redo it. If because you lose. I'm like, I should have done that. And I should have got the high ground.
God, it's like when you have an argument and you lose it and you think of it
Exactly.
what you should have said later.
Yeah.
I put 3,000 hours into Overwatch, almost went pro, failed out of engineering school, ruined 6-year relationship, reset the entire course of my life. Probably for the best though, because I'm ballin' now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd love to know what the definition of ballin' is for Thomas Walker, but for you to bin your career at the time and your 6-year relationship for Overwatch?
Wow.
Yeah, good for you, man. I couldn't imagine picturing my wife getting so annoyed at me because I'm gaming so much. I wouldn't be able to enjoy that gaming at all.
No,
That's not enjoyable.
No.
And I'll do one more. Baldur's Gate 3, I literally cannot play any other game. Now, it's ruined everything for me because I compare other games to it, story, graphics, and they just never come close to matching it.
I'm very excited to tuck into that game at some stage, but I need to really have a lot put aside for Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
It's going to be like The Witcher. It's going to be full on. Yeah. Can't wait.
Is there a game that you guys have ever been obsessed with? Doesn't have to be recent.
I would say
Not obsessed. Oh, when I was a kid, maybe. When I was younger. When I first played Age of Empires, I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Like, I snuck out of my bedroom in the middle of the night, went on the family computer to play it and stuff.
Yeah.
Do your best to try and keep it quiet.
Yeah,
So you
100%.
press that button, there's a
My dad's asleep.
throw a towel over the modem.
That's right. And all he hears is, are you creating villages down there? Go to bed.
Mine was probably Sims when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was always wanting to play that. I'd also say that when I was in my Stardew Valley era last year, that was like borderline obsessive. Like I was quite obsessed. Like, I couldn't stop thinking about it when I wasn't playing it.
Because the game never finishes.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just got to do this. And then, and then I got to just do that. Yeah.
Exactly. It took up my whole brain all the time. I just wanted to be playing Stardew Valley. Everything I was doing, I was like, I'd rather be playing Stardew Valley right now.
Yeah.
So
Everything,
I think that'd be,
even the potty,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
even
Yeah.
relationship. Okay, we're going to stop making jokes about your relationship.
Me and Sam are fine, by the way. Just need to
all right.
disclose that.
We are, okay. We are.
What about you? Are you obsessed with anything?
Fortnite was my
yeah.
obsession 3 years ago, maybe. I would any opportunity, every single night we would it wasn't just me, it was like the squad. We would always play it.
Nice.
Yeah. But you were were you obsessed with it though?
I was. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, the thing is, I loved Fortnite. I loved the at the time there was an actual lore to the game. Like you could actually follow the storyline, and it was just leveling up. And like every single time there was a new season, I'd be like, oh my god, new season! And like look at the patch notes every single time there was an update. Like it was proper. Like,
Oh, wow,
my god,
that's
I
cool.
love this game.
Yeah, wow.
Not anymore.
No.
I've managed to kick that habit, but I am playing Red Alert 2 at the moment on PC, and I'm kind of obsessed with that at the
Yeah.
moment.
Oh, that's good.
cool.
That's because I haven't played it in 25 years.
Yeah. Hey, also, thank you for tuning in to our DLC. You can contribute in our Facebook group, Extremely Casual Group for Extremely Casual Gamers. And other than that, we'll see you next on Thursday for a new episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.